Service. What is up, listeners? Welcome back to another episode of the Full Service Podcast. I am Tank Smith, your host. Today is episode 46. Thanks for being here. Shout out to my guest from last week, Sophia West. Sophia, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. That was a good time. Listeners, if you have not yet, make sure you give Sophia a follow on Twitter. She is at the Sophia West. I have a link to her Twitter, her OnlyFans in the Libsyn page from last week, so make sure you go to the Libsyn page, give her a follow. While you're there, we're also on Twitter. We're on Instagram at Full Service Pod, my personal Instagram and Twitter at Tank Funkadelic. If you enjoy the podcast, if you like what we're doing here, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, that follow button. You will be alerted as soon as a new episode drops. I think last week dropped a little early, so if you were subscribed, oh boy, you might have got to listen to it before everybody else. So make sure you are subscribed. If you want to give us a 5-star rating, 5-star review, oh boy, that'd be incredible. Reviews they're helpful. They're helpful. Everybody likes to, hey, this podcast is great. Listen to it. If you could do that, hey, I love you forever. I might even come close. Well, I might give you a hug, Hey, if you're into that kind of thing, it'd be great, But I appreciate you being here. Episode 46. Today, my guest is Chicago-based companion Ginger Rose. I guess it's been like a couple weeks ago we recorded this when she was in Atlanta for a couple days. So I'm super excited for y'all to hear it. We discuss conspiracy theories. She's a huge conspiracy theory fan. We debate Chicago cuisine. We talk about weed in Chicago, mental health, rebranding. Talk about Pauly Shore for a little bit. It's a good time. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this. I definitely had a lot of fun. Ginger, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. That was dope. Make sure you were following her. Oh boy, she is on Twitter at Ginger Wilds. That is Ginger Wildes. You can also find her at OnlyFans at GingerRose85 and Snapchat GingerRose85. I have links to all of those in the Libsyn page for this week, so make sure you go to the Libsyn page. Give her a follow her on OnlyFans. Fuck yeah, do that shit. But I'm excited for y'all to hear this. I'll next week I have a solo episode coming up, and I'll kind of talk about. I've talked about this a little bit, but I hadn't told my parents about the podcast. But I told them like last week, and my mom, she's like, "So are you cursing in this podcast?" And I'm like, hey, yes. And she's like, "Well, I don't want to hear any GDs, so." I told my mom that I will not say goddamn anymore. So this may be the last episode with I get goddamn excited for these episodes. So I feel like this might be the last one with the GDs in it. I'm gonna make a conscious effort. But I'll be discussing that more next week. I hope hey, I'm gonna stop talking. I hope you enjoy this interview with Ginger Rose. See you on the other side. Welcome back, listeners. It's Tank Smith. I'm excited for every goddamn episode, but I'm super excited for this episode. My guest, Chicago-based companion, Ginger Rose. Ginger, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. I think, I feel like I initially reached out maybe August of last year.
Yeah, it was a year ago.
To be on the podcast, so a year later, this is good.
It took forever for me to come back to Atlanta.
Man, is this the first time you've been back since?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Nice. Listeners, you heard that? We are in Atlanta. How's Atlanta treating you so far?
Great, actually. I am ecstatic to be in Atlanta. It's been great, and I'm definitely coming back. So.
Fuck yeah. You got any plans in the agenda? You do anything cool? Yeah.
No, not yet. Well, I have dinners and stuff like that planned and shopping.
Oh, okay, sweet.
I'm a girl. What do? You just shop?
That is what the ladies like. Hey, ladies, what do y'all like to shop? What do y'all like to do? Okay, all right. Well, no, I appreciate you being here on the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. It's actually pretty cool that you're doing this. I love it.
Oh no, I appreciate you doing this. I remember. So I did an episode with Sweet Haley Grace probably a couple months ago, and then she tweeted about it. It was like, hey, my friend Tank has a podcast. Send him $1 on Cash App. No one sent me $1. Nobody sent me $1 except for you. You sent me $10, and from the fucking bottom of my heart, I fucking really appreciate that.
I did, and it was one of those pay it forward kind of things. I don't ever expect anybody to give it back, but it was just one of those. If I'm ever needing it or anything, I don't know if you need it. It was just whatever.
Yeah.
You just down and out. What's $1? 10's nothing.
I know,
in my
right? I'm
world,
like,
you know, so.
I'm like, they listen to the podcast, but they really don't care. Ginger, she cares. Okay, that's you hear that, listeners? What are you doing? Hey,
I'm just a genuinely nice person. Like, people need help, and I help them.
yeah, so that's wonderful. And you're in town from Chicago, right?
Yes.
How's Chicago?
Chicago born and raised. Love Chicago. It's my
shit.
hometown.
What do you put on the hot dogs?
Oh. So people in Chicago are going to kill me for this, but I
God.
definitely put ketchup on my hot dogs.
Okay.
Don't murder me, guys.
Do you put the pickle? The pickle?
I do the pickle still. I do the pickle and the ketchup, but nothing
tomato?
else.
They put tomato in
no,
there too?
I don't like tomato.
They got the long pepper also.
Yeah,
I like a good Chicago dog.
I'm so generic with that, and I don't do the touristy Chicago pizza either. Like,
Okay,
the deep dish, that's tourist pizza. Let's get some shit straight. That's super tourist pizza.
Really?
Chicago people, we like our thin crust.
You sound like a New Yorker
trying
trying to pose as a Chicagoan. Yeah, we all like the thin
totally
crust.
like
That's
our
a
thin
New
crust.
York thing.
Well, it's like a braided crust, and like it's it's thin, but the crust is more braided. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. I'm learning things. The native Chicagoans like the thin crust.
We do.
I like the deep dish.
We only do the deep dish when we're trying to show off to people from out of town. But like, let's go to Giordano's. You know,
like,
it's deep dish.
We're gonna make them pay more for this pizza.
For real, it's gonna be like $40.
Hey, what if we made this pizza crust with cornmeal? What do you think about that?
Dude, they would charge you more because it's like gluten free.
Yeah. God damn it. Well, I guess we're all getting lied to. When I go to Chicago, fuck that. I'm getting a hot dog. I'm gonna put it on some flat for some.
Just don't let people see you eating it with ketchup on your hot dog.
No, only mustard.
Ooh, that's okay.
What do you put on it then? No?
Nothing, just ketchup and ketchup and a pickle.
Oh wow!
I'm super plain with my hot dogs.
Have you been to the place where they like yell insults at you?
Yeah.
It's like a hot dog
my gosh.
place where they like talk shit to you. While
I've been to
ordering.
Hot Dogs. That one's really good.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah. Chicago. How were you in Georgia for a little while?
Yeah, I lived.
Because I remember when I reached out to you, you were like in Savannah or like...
I moved to Savannah for 2 years, and now I was there for 2 years. It's where my kids are, my family lives, but now I am back in Chicago for school.
Oh, sweet. Hell yeah. What are you studying?
History. And then I'm going to go into law.
I fucking love history so much.
It's my favorite. I'm such a weirdo. Like, I watch Ancient Aliens.
Nice.
And it totally ties into, like, okay, I'm a conspiracy theorist. So let me rephrase that. I'm a conspiracy realist. All right. Like, the truth is there. And 90% of all conspiracies have proven to be fact. So why are these conspiracies nowadays any different?
Was Men in Black real?
Yes.
Are roaches really that big?
Yes.
God.
At one point, I believe.
I
yeah.
need some sugar water. That was scary.
Not everything in Men in Black was real, but the
Okay.
whole base of it obviously was. I mean, it was based off something.
You see
Most
that
Hollywood movies are.
Did you see that UFO video the other day where it was like flying against the wind?
There's been
and the
so
shit, like,
many
turned,
UFO videos recently.
The shit turned and like outflew a fucking like fighter jet.
Yes, I did see that actually.
And it was like, oh my! And he's like, yo, this thing is flying against the wind. Like it shouldn't be able to physically
and
like.
The U.S. is just like, here's all our UFO videos. Yep, aliens exist. We've known about it for years. Like it's all you can go online and read it all right now. Classified documents, everything.
I remember a couple months ago, like people were going to like, we're gonna like. There's like a Facebook group where people are like, we're going to storm Area 51 and get all the fucking alien secrets.
They were pussies.
That didn't happen. They were like...
No, because a few people showed up though, actually, and I was watching a video on YouTube about it, and like there was like big dudes with guns standing there, and like in every single like part of the fence, and like people were just like throwing things at them, like you can't take it away from us. We want to know what's back there, and they're like holding signs and everything, and it was ridiculous.
They're like, we thought we'd just be able to walk in. We didn't realize there'd be people.
But what
with
people
guns
don't realize
there
is there's more bases in that area besides Area 51 that are way more prominent that nobody thinks about.
Oh shit!
And they're all connected.
Damn. So alien? I wonder if we'll be able to really find out about see an alien. What kind of aliens are driving these ships?
I just can't believe that there's not. I think there's more than one alien race because, like, out of all those planets in the solar system and the galaxies and all the the constellations and all that,
the fucking universe is huge. Yeah,
there's no way that there's just like humans and like human-ish looking little grays. Like, there's like reptilians people talk about, the Pleiadians,
Crab people? No, that's not a thing.
Maybe there's crab people.
That was South Park.
They say the mermaid people are technically like aliens or whatever. So like, I just wonder, like, you know, there are all these different reports of different aliens from different people, but still a big mass amount of people seeing that certain type. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just can't dismiss it. Just like I don't dismiss the Loch Ness Monster. I don't dismiss mermaids. We've only discovered 3% of our world's oceans. Yeah. So there's no way we know what's there.
And especially just like technology's increasing, like the fucking, like, even a half a century ago, we didn't know shit about shit. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the internet. Well, we're like...
Right, at one point we thought the world was flat. I mean, there's still people that think the world's flat. I'm not a flat earther. I'm going to put that out there right now. Okay. I'm not.
You want to hear something funny? My weed guy...
Is he a flat earther?
He's a flat earther.
I need to see... You know, me and him need to talk. That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, I haven't...
I'm open-minded to it. Like, I listen to people and their theories, and I put... Okay, you know, yeah, I totally get that. But... Yeah. Then I, like, you know, tell them my theory, so.
Nice. What's your, do you have a favorite conspiracy kind of real thing?
Oh, my favorite one right now is going to be, so I'm going to go a little dark. Guys.
Fuck yes.
Not a favorite because it's super fucking dark. Excuse my language.
I say fuck.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Sorry.
Fuck.
Fuck. Oh, so, my favorite one is this child sex trafficking with elites.
Okay. Oh my god.
Pedophilia in Hollywood right now, and right now there's this company called Wayfair. I don't know if you know of them.
This is great because like that Wayfair shit just came out, so like us talking about it, we're like,
this just happened.
We're on the cusp of history. Yeah.
It's going down. It's not just Wayfair. It's Wayfair, Walmart, Amazon, and Etsy. They are selling these. Wayfair had cabinets, human-sized cabinets, for like $10,000. You know, industrial cabinets.
Yeah.
Whereas like other places sell them for like $900, $1,100 at tops, right?
Yeah.
Why are these ones $10,000? But the creepier part of it is the names connected to the cabinets are all like Yaritza, Samaya, one was like Ariella, and they all come back to missing children's names.
I did see that. I saw the thing.
So Wayfair CEO was like, oh, it's just a glitch in our system. We totally messed up. Okay, you would think that's okay, right? Except Etsy and Amazon have baby books and baby pillows, also named after children who are missing, for $10,000. Why would I need to throw a pillow?
Well, I guess if you think about it, though,
for $10,000, unless it came with a human person.
I guess that is some elite shit because it
is some elite. Now, there's another thing where the CEO of Wayfair is connected to the Boys and Girls Club of America, and the Boys and Girls Club of America is founded by Julius Epstein, which is Jeffrey Epstein's grandfather. I can't make this up, guys. You can look all this up. Like, it's insane right now that
I'm gonna look this up. Actually, I'm not gonna fact check any of these things.
No, don't fact check me because that's amazing. That was another thing. As soon as I shared it on Facebook, I got fact checked right away. And all my thought was, how can you fact check me? Have you gone through law? Has this been investigated by police officers? Like, how can you fact check something if you don't know the truth? Like,
it just sounds like, hey, if we're gonna sell cabinets of missing children, with kids in the boxes or whatever, let's not name it the same thing as the kid.
Well, here's the other thing. So they said it was a glitch. But then if you look up the SKU for the cabinets or the pillows or the baby book at Walmart, the SKU, anybody who has ever worked in retail, there are SKUs to products, and you can Google them and it'll come back to the image of what it is. So if you Google the SKU number for that cabinet that sells for $10,000, it comes back to a Google image of underage children. It is not too many coincidences, and I am a firm believer of I don't believe in coincidences. You get one chance, one coincidence probability for it to happen. After that, there's no coincidences.
Yeah.
So it's just a little creepy. I totally think it's real.
Damn.
Somebody from Wayfair actually on Reddit. I'm a big Reddit fan, by the way.
Reddit's where it's at.
Reddit is where it's at. And I'm not on Reddit for sex work. I'm on Reddit for conspiracy theories, which is totally weird because I don't know why I'm not utilizing it for both.
Yo, you got to check this. My buddy, or I got a couple of friends. They have a podcast called Conspiracy Beer Me, where they
definitely linking me to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you a link, but. Hey, listeners, go check it out.
They drunk talk what you said?
Conspiracy Beer Me. They'll have like a different beer every week and they talk conspiracy theories and shit.
Oh, that is amazing. Yeah. Absolutely. Send it to me. That's great.
Oh, yeah. I got you on that link.
Hey guys, totally go see that too.
Hey, it's gonna be good. Fuck yeah. In Chicago.
Yes.
Weed. I hear the game's changed.
I'm stoned right now. Just an FYI. Super high.
Listeners.
Love it. I'm actually so here's the thing with it. It's legal, but nobody knows the rules.
Okay.
You don't really know what you're allowed to do. Where you're like, can I light up in front of a cop? Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to like test my limits, you know? But like, apparently you can't drive and smoke, but nobody listens to that.
Nobody gives a once it's legal, it's like no one gives a fuck.
Not even the cops care because the judge is going to be like, you really brought him in here for this? Like, fuck you, you lost your badge now. You know what I mean?
In California, you're still like not like supposed to like smoke.
I've been smoking Free Willy in California since 2001.
Literally, I got there, I just rode around with my buddy in the car. I smoked blunts. I blew blood smoke out of my car window into a cop car window as they drove by. And I was like, this is the future. I really like this.
That's great. It's amazing. But the problem is I'm so conditioned to it being illegal.
Yeah.
And going from Georgia, which is an illegal state, to like Chicago, which is legal, I get a little scared. Not scared, but I forget to transition. Like, I'll be in Chicago and I'll be like looking around, like, anyone hear me? And I'll light my joint. And then I realize, bitch,
you're like, I'm killing my high. I don't even need to do that.
And then I'm just like puffing, blowing smoke, you know what I mean? Like, no problem.
It's like such like less added stress and shit.
It is.
Because like we smoked and then like went into this like to get like food or whatever, and we're high as fuck, smelling like weed. 3 cops come in and just sit down right at the table next to us, right? If this is Georgia, we're like, oh god, this fucking sucks.
I would have been like, does anybody have any spray?
This is
spray
horrible,
me. Spray me. Do you have a cigarette? Light the cigarette. Yeah, totally.
Like, cops just kill buzzes, you know? But in California, it's like, hey, what's up, Mr. Police Officer? I have weed on me.
He's probably like, let me hit it.
You're like, you're not that cool, though. Okay, all right. Don't fuck with me like that, bro. Yeah, it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, Chicago's great with the weed, and as soon as you get to town, it just reeks of pot nowadays. It's like Colorado. Just puffs of smoke everywhere.
Really, that's what I used to do a joke about. Like basically, like weed's not a victimless crime because I was a victim, right? I was a victim of weed. Like I was walking down the street and I smelled weed and I moved my head too fast. Then I go to a doctor.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like, no, that's the joke. I was like, I was the victim because I turned my head too fast smelling this weed. So it's like, you can't tell me that it's not a victimless crime. And then I went to the doctor and then he gave me a prescription for marijuana and I'm like, what? It was full circle, you know?
It really does.
Hell yeah.
I used to work for the people that would fingerprint for the medical cards before it was legal. It was just medicinally. So yeah, it was for TSA and it was for hazmat, CDLs.
Oh shit, okay.
And all that stuff. So TWIC cards, all that good stuff.
Nice. I've always wanted TSA.
Yeah.
Are we safe? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very racist country though, but yes, we're safe.
Yeah.
They completely profile. They racially profile.
Oh, yeah.
There's this thing called the TSA pre-check.
Okay, yeah.
And you pay $85 for 5 years, and you'd come see me, and here I was, my pretty little outfit, and I would fingerprint you, and you would get known traveler number, and it just means you go to the airport security quicker. You don't have to take off your shoes. You don't gotta, take out your liquids or your laptop and all that stuff. So
you got the fast pass.
It is a fast pass, but the problem is, and I hated it. It was disgusting because somebody would come in there with a clearly Arab last name or, a clearly Jewish last name. And they would be waiting 6 weeks to 3 months for their known traveler number. Whereas somebody would come in, 2 white couples, and I remember this specifically, I'll call them Mr. and Mrs. Smith. They came in and they got their known traveler number back in 24 hours.
Really?
And I just felt like there was no reason, and the lady who came in with the Arab name, there was no reason for her to take that long because she had a TWIC card. She had a hazmat. She'd already been in the system and fingerprinted, so hers should have came back right away.
Wow.
So it was just a disgusting eye-opener in my life of seeing how America still works.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
We're like, racism, that's a thing of the past. What
we're all tolerant now. No. You just, they don't talk about it, is what it is. It needs to be talked about.
Yeah.
It needs to be in your face. Like, it needs to be, no, you can't say that. No, don't do that,
Yeah, I mean, this is fucking America.
This is America, Childish Gambino, hey,
we gotta keep people down, We can't let everybody, like, hey, it's I don't know, it's crazy. I don't know.
It is.
But, We're living there. We're here. We're here. We're doing this thing.
We are.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
Hell yeah. Fucking Chicago, Atlanta, Savannah.
Savannah's a little weird.
Yeah, we don't even.
Let's not talk about Savannah.
Hey, I talked about Savannah like recently with somebody, and I was like,
was it Layla Love?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I know her. I love her.
Yeah, no, she's cool.
She's a great presence. She's great.
Yeah. But yeah, we talked about Savannah, so I'm like, if the listeners know about Savannah,
there's nothing to talk
about.
I
don't need to hear about it again. But heck yeah, I appreciate you being on the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'd like to ask everybody, when's the first time you heard of sex work? Can you think you heard of it?
Oh my goodness. So the first time I heard of sex work was, I've always heard of sex work. I lived in Chicago, so I'm from the South Side. And
oh shit, yeah.
47th and Cicero, that's the hot street. That was the street that all the girls worked on. Like, I never understood though, growing up, that was, I just thought those were pretty girls walking to and from their car. I didn't realize that they were working girls.
Yeah.
Until I got into the business. And then it dawned on me, all those girls they saw, that was the hot spot. That was, Hooker Central, basically. But it was around 2012, and a friend of mine, I was her boss, actually, at one point.
Oh, really? Okay.
I was her boss. And I ran into really hard times. My grandparents had died. Apartment building got taken away. Things were going bad. And she's like, hey, there's this thing called Backpage.
Good old Backpage.
And I kept hearing, in my mind, I'm such a just airhead sometimes, stoner, that I kept calling it Backspace. I was like, what's this Backspace page you're talking about? She's like, no, not Backspace, Backpage. I'm like, Backspace? I kept saying it, and she finally smacked me, and she's like, Backpage. So I went on it.
Yeah.
And looked around, posted my ad, and that was it. 8 years later.
Was she in the industry, or did she just put you on to back? Like, she kind of told you. So I'm not gonna lie, she kind of pimped me out. Okay.
It was but I can't claim that as pimping because it was a mutual. I was like, hey, look, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. So I'll give you 25% of whatever I make tonight because I don't know what I'm doing. Take the calls, but show me what to do so that, and she did. And that was a one night thing. And then I did it on my own after that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
It was so it was just like one time?
It was one time. It was just,
like, I think I know what's happening.
Yeah, I totally knew what was up after that. She showed me everything while I was working that night. And yeah. I paid her for her services, basically, to be my manager.
It's like a consultant.
Yes, but, at the time, I only knew it as you're young, naive, you don't know the words. Yeah. The correct terminology, if that's what we'll say.
Before you got into companionship, did you, have any kind of idea of what you thought that might be before you got in?
I was really ignorant. I was really judgmental. Yeah. I talked shit about working girls. Loved strippers. I don't understand why I was for strippers but not escorts or hookers at the time is what I called them. Yeah.
Do you think it's because it's a less intimate thing? People feel like it's maybe more having sex with somebody is maybe more intimate, or?
I just think it's the whole adage of misogyny of women aren't supposed to have sex with many men.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And only men are allowed to have sex with many women. So. I had that mindset still stuck into me from my parents and stuff like that. So,
and fucking everybody.
Yeah, everybody in the face of the planet, basically. But nowadays, it's a lot different. I don't know if it's because I've surrounded myself with more people in the industry, or I just have a totally different viewpoint. But I have made sure that I surround myself with non-judgmental people.
Yeah, that's the best because it's being around like-minded people makes everything better.
It does. You don't feel ashamed,
Yeah, because we're all doing this thing, and even though we might not do our business the same way, we still have the same goal.
It's empowering.
And we're doing the same thing.
Totally.
And we can help each other, and I feel like it has to be great.
Yeah, and that was another reason why I sent you the $10, because, you were a sex worker podcast, interviewer, so I was like, yes, you know what, I'm going to help him.
I fucking appreciate it. Yeah. Was there anybody else, besides, I know that first kind of time, was there anybody that kind of, help you along the way? How is it building connections?
No, I have been independent mostly my whole career. There's one girl I would like to give a shout out to, Kitten. She is out of Lansing. Guys, if anybody give her some love, she's on Twitter.
Shout out to Kitten. What up?
Kitten 40H. She was the first professional bigger girl Like, she's not big. She has really big boobies and she's curvy. But she was the first girl that I was able to compare myself to and see that I am worth more than these $80 or whatever things that I was doing for, because I was naive and stupid and didn't know what I was doing at first. So she was the only person that I kind of molded my ads, not around, but I got a gist of what I was doing around her.
Yeah, because I feel like just seeing your representation in some, like seeing your representation and seeing them being successful, you're like, what the fuck? I can do this
exactly. Like, why am I not doing this? So I totally took it up a level, and you know, I quit for 2 years, from 2015 till 2017, and I just came back full force. I got an LLC. I changed everything, rebranded, upgraded, just kind of actually took everything as an occupation, a career, and not as some side job. Like, I just went full force into it, and why not be legit? If I can, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like at the beginning, like I always ask this, do you feel like there's a waiver period when like you weren't good at it? Sure.
Oh, I was super. Okay. So I'm very talented. So I've always been good at sex. Yeah. Like, always been told that. But advertising and marketing, absolutely. I mean, if they would have taken Backpage down in 2013, I don't know if I would have been able to survive. I don't think I would have continued doing it. I used that as my crutch. That was the only thing I knew of.
Yeah.
You know, there was even another one called Naughty Reviews back in the day that I super loved. So I was only on 2 of them. And then that one got taken away. And then I kind of was scrambling because it was just Backpage. And once Backpage came down, you learn to adapt.
Yeah.
You learn to do different things. But I totally was not good at it when I first started this.
Because I guess, you were in the game. You were in it for a while when Backpage went down. So you kind of like...
When Backpage went down, I literally just came back from retirement.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. What am I supposed to do? And then I found Listcrawler.
Oh, okay.
But Listcrawler got taken down 2 nights ago by the feds.
Was Listcrawler and then like...
Escort Babylon.
Escort Babylon.
Yes. They're both gone. You go to them and it takes it like Adult Friend Finder or Secret Benefits.
Okay, yeah.
So apparently there was underage girls on them, and now they do not let people in America go to the website.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
It sucks that the website's gone, but good for them. This is where they should redirect their whole website and start making people send IDs like other
that's literally
sites
like,
do.
If you want to make sure that
the girls are legit.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
that makes me seem like you're asking for the law to come to you when you're not verifying people at that point.
Because I've definitely talked to people, and like, it's having a lower cost option for advertising makes it so that the like people that aren't able to afford fucking Eros or fucking...
if it's free, it's me. I've never been on Eros. I will not be on Eros. I will not pay $100+ for an ad when Tryst, at the most I paid on Tryst is like $33 a month. I love Tryst, by the way.
I like Tryst a lot.
Love Tryst. Slixa, I could just do available now for $5. You know what I mean? It's very handy for the low cost. And Listcrawler was free. So if it's free, it's me. I'm humble, raised, Southside Chicago, poor working class Irish family. So I just feel like the Listcrawler was a very big option for girls who didn't and can't pay for the other sites. But you kind of have to know that you're going to pay for some sites. You're going to have to pay for one of those sites. You're going to eat $30 a month at least. If you really want to up your game.
Like, I think it sucks that the sites can't do their fucking due diligence. I guess maybe, I don't know. No. It sucks that these sites have to fucking do their due diligence and fucking get fucking IDs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what they're going to end up having to do, because I've been scammed on Listcrawler just recently. My email started pinging off the wall that I was posting ads in, where the hell was it?
Oh my
Portland,
God.
Oregon or something?
I saw, did you tweet about that or some shit?
I totally did. And it was like this brunette chick, and she's like skinny, and she's like Asian or something, and she's like total fake, and it was my phone number. And every time he went to the ad, it was a different number. Like, the numbers were different slightly. Damn. But then every 10 people would get my phone number. And it would text me. And I'm like, that's not...
Yeah, that's
But it was kind of free advertisement. Because then I started like this is me.
Twitter,
I was like, check out my Twitter. And they were like, come to Portland sometime.
Yeah.
So... I'm just going to randomly start texting people in areas I want to go to. Be like, hey, spam them with my link. See who hits on it.
Hell yeah. gotta do what you gotta do. You know?
It's good marketing. Yeah, I like to think outside the box. This is where the weed comes in.
Yeah.
If I'm not high, I'm in the box. If I'm high, I am far away in left field, a mile away from that box.
I feel like it helps. You're like this like opens up new patterns of thought, and you're like, I never thought that.
It really does.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of marijuana, in my opinion. Is I wasn't doing well in school. And then I started smoking pot to study.
Yeah.
And then I started smoking pot before school. And I started smoking pot after school. And I all of a sudden aced everything.
Where's that commercial at?
I'm not the couch potato girl who's deflated on the couch, you know? And my dog's not talking to me when I'm getting Gatorade out of the fridge. I love those pot commercials.
Yeah, it's like, I just put my hand on a hot stove. Weed.
And I didn't even feel it. I'm like, you're an idiot, because I felt that shit.
They should have successful people with pot, and then it's like changes the stigma of fucking stoner fucking
What's
idiot.
his name? Michael Phelps smokes weed, and he admits to it.
Yeah.
Look, he's a swimming. He like wins all the gold medals for swimming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a problem, but hey, we're changing the game.
We are changing the stigma.
It's a new world.
I want to be like Snoop Dogg. I want to be able to pay $50,000 a year to my own professional blunt roller. He apparently pays $40 to $50 annually to somebody to roll his blunts for him every single day.
I will say that I will take $35,000.
Right? I'll 25. I'm good, dude. 25.
I will come back to Chicago with you. I'll come back with you, and I will roll your blunts.
That would be awesome, actually.
I'm gonna need I need a promise of a W-2 at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's gonna be an I-9. So
okay, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I'm glad we got that. I don't have a job, so I'm like I don't need to. I'm gonna call my parents.
Just do cash under the table, you know. Okay, we'll do it that way.
Like, how are you affording Chicago?
We'll set up an OnlyFans account. We'll just pay you through there.
That sounds good. These are lots of good ideas that are happening right now. Hell yeah. Do people in your life know about your work?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
How is it? How do they feel?
I don't talk to them anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's okay when they want money from you. It's okay when they need something from you. But the minute that you can't get it to them quickly enough, or you're a day late, or you can't help them, you're all of a sudden the biggest hooker they've ever met, and you're trash, and you're this, and you're that. But it's like, you've never owned a house, and I'm going to be buying a house. And it's like all these things that they've never done in their life. And I just kind of feel like they're jealous. Like, people don't want to see people close to them do better than them. It's a weird misery loves company kind of complex. And a lot of people I knew were toxic. So I'm on this journey of I cut toxic people out of my life. Comes with clients too. I have cut a lot of toxic clients out that comes along with rebranding. I don't want to see people. I was priced too low. When I had a half an hour rate, it was giving people who didn't really want to see me. They just wanted a blowjob. Or they just wanted to have sex with whoever answered. Yeah. It was giving too many of those sex demon vampires, access to me. And I want to see people who see my picture. I'm like, oh my God, she's beautiful. Oh my God, I want to see her. Oh my God, I can't wait to see her. I've been waiting all day to see you. Things like that. Like, that's match my energies. Because I'm high energy and I need a high energy person. Just even love, just a loving person, just natural, normal, cool dude. Yeah, that's what I tell everybody in the podcast. Hey, people, just be cool. Hey, just be cool. Just be fucking. Don't be a douchebag. And I have seen a couple of douchebags, and there's been times where I had to see them again because maybe I didn't have enough money for the room, or all my bills hit at once, and it was like this guy texted me and I needed to see him. But I've now gotten to the point where I will not allow myself to see anybody who devalues me. Like, there's a gentleman who recently, a few years ago, he saw a friend of mine that I was doing duos with. She was not my friend because she told me this. He told her that he didn't see me anymore because I'd gotten too fat for him. I was pregnant, by the way. Granted, whether I was pregnant or not, you don't say that to my friend / duos partner. Well, I gave him a great review to her. Like, oh, he's great. I love him. He's such a good guy. Whoa, totally turned that around, right? Well, he always texts me. He always Snapchats me, and I never answer it. So finally, like, this is just recently, he Snapchatted me like a month ago, and I was like, if I, remember correctly, you told my friend I was too fat for you. Yeah. And he's like, you must hate me now, huh? And I was like, a little bit. And I'm like, no, you know what? I don't hate you. I don't know how you would expect me to see you.
Yeah.
Knowing in the back of my mind, you think I'm fat. Like, you're not attracted to me then. You just want a blowjob.
Yeah.
At that point. And I don't want to be near people who don't want to be near me.
100%.
So, List Crawler goes down 2 days ago. We're back at List Crawler.
Yeah.
And I get a text message from this guy. He's still in my contacts
list.
Same dude. After I blocked him from Snapchat, posted him to Twitter, I blasted him on sites, everything, right? Like, everywhere. He contacts me and apparently thinks I'm desperate because with the List Crawler site being gone, now with List Crawler being gone, I have to see him.
What are you going to do?
I must see him. Let me know when you're back in Joliet so that you can, so we can see each other now that List Crawler's down. These people don't realize that I have built a portfolio, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like client list that I don't need to really post anymore. So.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah, a little bit, It's just one of those kind of things. Like, I don't want to see people like that anymore.
Yeah.
They'll still try. They're sex vampires, is what I call them.
Sex vampires. Demon sex vampires.
They are. Like succubus, kind of.
God.
Yes.
How
totally
is
into weird shit like that.
How is it like networking in the sex work community? And like you had said you had a duos partner. How is it? How hard is it? Like,
I hate duos partners now.
Yeah.
Like, I'll only do duos if you are legit a professional, you're on my level, you've got a Twitter, a website, something, OnlyFans, something legit out there that I know that you've done this longer than 2 months. Because I've helped too many people who were new to this, that have rode my coattails, who are still riding my coattails, who are still name dropping me to get clients. And I've disassociated from them. So now it's like if a client asks, oh, hey, would you do a duo with this girl in Atlanta or that girl in Chicago, then I'm super down for it.
Yeah. How hard is it growing in the industry? I know you said you rebranded. It's kind of like to change your business model. How is rebranding and like growing and almost like leveling up?
So I tried it a few times, and this is probably my third time rebranding. For a long time there, I was just like run of the mill. I kind of felt like lower scale girl for a while when Backpage was around, because that was all I used as my crutch.
Yeah.
Then once they took it down, it kind of forced me to think outside the box. Therefore, I had to rebrand, and I only did I raised my rates a little bit, so I rebranded that way. Now I've only slightly raised my rates a bit, but the whole rebranding is like change of attitude. Like,
okay,
I just don't put up with bullshit anymore.
Fuck yeah.
If somebody texts me and says, hey, are you available? I don't even open that text message. No. If you can't message me normally, hi, my name is such and such, I saw you on this site, or
God
you're
damn,
beautiful.
I say that every it's not that fucking hard.
It's not hard to talk to a woman, and it's chivalry is dead, manners are gone, and gentlemen rarely exist anymore. But I have one in front of me.
You hear that, dudes? There is a gentleman right across from me. Wow. He has a podcast. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you could give us a 5-star review, that'd be beautiful. How y'all doing out there?
5-star reviews, please.
That'd be great. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, I was talking ask people about references.
Yes.
In the screening process, right? A lot of it varies from person to person. Some people might want references. Some people want personal IDs, LinkedIn, whatever somebody wants.
Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely an ID person. Yeah, super ID person.
How do you feel about how are references? Do you use references for people ever?
I've never had a problem with references. I know some girls have had problems where the girl lied or whatever, or got paid by the guy and they never met them. I've never had an issue. I only require one reference. Okay. But if that girl isn't legit enough for me, I will require you to send real-time info, an ID with certain information blacked out. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. How willing do you feel like people are to give up personal info?
So the guys that really want to see you, they'll just send it right away before you even ask. They'll send the face pictures, they'll send LinkedIn, they'll send whatever. It's the guys that they didn't do their homework. They don't know if I'm legit. Well, why would you even try talking to me if you don't know I'm legit? Yeah. Well, so now I'm like, are you legit? Yeah. Now I'm creeped out. Are you a cop? Let me send your ID. Oh, you don't want to send me an ID? Yep, sorry, we're not going to further this conversation.
I'll be like, I got to maintain my fucking safety. I don't know who the fuck you are. What the fuck are we doing here, dog?
It's gotten a lot easier over the last year and a half with people sending IDs. And I think that's because a lot more girls have been requiring real-time identification, verification. So
that makes sense.
More dudes are like, oh yeah, here's it. It's already saved in my phone. Here you go. You know what I mean?
I took this picture and here you go. It's been 6 months, but my address has not changed.
It's still the same, and my picture's the same too.
Here you go. Let's meet up. We're living, I guess, in a pandemic right now.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we? I don't adhere to it unless I'm forced to wear a damn mask. If no one tells me to wear a mask, I don't wear the mask.
Yeah.
And people are gonna probably dog me and hate me for that, and I don't even care right now.
Hey, listeners, we don't give a fuck.
We don't. It's a hoax.
Okay.
It's real. I believe the virus is real. People are getting sick. It's real, but there's too many positive testings. They're all 100% positive recently in Florida. Bullshit. Everybody that came in tested positive. Everybody.
The question is, if COVID isn't real, is my grandma real?
Well, I mean, COVID's real. Like I said, it's real. But I believe the numbers are highly inflated for media speculate, to make it more spectacular than what it is.
I mean, once we had it was like COVID was seriously, it was a huge thing.
It was for a while there.
And then we got the George Floyd getting murdered.
Then also Black Lives Matter, and everything went crazy, and now it's COVID again.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah,
they can't have both. Apparently, they can't both compete.
America can't focus on one.
You notice that we have ADD. We just need to pop some Ritalin in the water supply, and we're good.
Yeah. Because it's like this, 24-hour news cycle makes it so we gotta have new shit happening all the time, or else people might... I stopped
watching the news. Yeah. I only get all my stuff I get from Twitter nowadays.
Okay.
Literally, like, Twitter is the best. There's so many sides to Twitter. It's so faceted. It's multifaceted. Like, there's librarian Twitter. Did you know about that? Librarian Twitter is lit. Like, they're angry and they fight with each other and they're like, you don't know shit about history. And this person's like, you don't know fucking shit about history. And there's this guy called the Angry Librarian. And he's hilarious. But that's just my little nerd side coming out. Sorry, guys. There's like porn Twitter. There's like
porn Twitter.
There's political Twitter, which I try to stay away from. I'm on. We're part of the porn Twitter.
You got the woke Twitter. There's.
Oh yeah, you got the Hollywood Twitter. There's a lot of different Twitter out there.
Yeah,
it's lit.
It's a Twitter jungle.
All of a sudden, you follow the wrong person. Your whole algorithm changes.
I'm like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to.
They see, you got dick and balls everywhere because you liked Ginger's post about conspiracy theories.
I will open up my phone and that's a butthole. Okay. Hey, I'm sitting next to somebody at Chick-fil-A right now.
I was on the plane and I was sitting next to this 19-year-old kid, and oh my God, for the whole hour and a half of the flight, he was super uncomfortable. And I couldn't understand why. And then I realized I was on Twitter the whole time.
Oh God.
And it was just dicks and assholes and lips and vaginas, and I'm just like, la la la, retweeting.
It's real. It's fuck yeah. I know I mentioned we kind of talked before about dating and stuff. How is dating, companionship? How's
Yikes.
Yeah.
One word sums it up.
Yikes.
YOLO. No. So dating, being a companion is super fucking weird because I don't know if I'm supposed to tell them up front that I'm a sex worker. And then, I don't say I'm a sex worker, by the way. I say that I'm an adult entertainer.
Ooh, nice.
It's very, they have to guess. Is she a stripper? Is she a porn star? Nobody ever thinks escort, They never get to that part. And some people do, though. Is she a dom? What is she? So, I don't know if I'm supposed to put that in my ads, but I do.
Yeah.
I always put, I'm an adult entertainer.
What apps are you using? What apps?
Oh, so Tinder blocked me.
Tinder blocked you?
I wasn't even on there for trying to advertise my links or anything. I was literally on there for dating, but I think people recognized me and they thought I was trying to spam people.
Oh, shit.
So they reported me. But I'm on the Facebook dating app.
Oh, shit.
I'm on that damn Meet Me. That one's a cesspool. It's it's like Twitter and Facebook and Tinder all combined into one.
Yeah.
So weird. And then I'm on Plenty of Fish, which that's a cesspool.
Really?
That is a cesspool of radiation. Radioactive fish at your fingertips.
Damn. Plenty of Fish. Hey, listeners, let us know how you feel about Plenty of Fish.
Please let me know how you feel about Plenty of Fish because I have been on that site for years. And it's just a fuck fest.
Yeah.
There's no point in trying to meet somebody on that site.
How have people responded when you tell them what you do?
It's always first intrigue. It's never, oh, I don't want to talk to you, because they're guys, you know. First it's intrigue, and then when they realize that they can't get me to come over to their house for free, or that I want to date, which entails I'm not fucking you on the first date. Yeah. They don't want to talk to me anymore after that. Really? Yeah. So a lot of them are insecure, or here's the biggest one. I date them for a while, and then all of a sudden they've got a problem with what I do. Yeah. Bro, you knew what I did before we started this, so... You know what was You're insecure with your manhood is what it is, in my opinion. It's just, I mean, props to the men who do date sex workers. Like, props. I give them mad props. That's awesome. You guys are 1 in a million. That's fucking amazing. And...
I was in a relationship. It was good.
But you were, and you were okay with it, right?
No, it was dope. It was great.
It was dope. See, like, as long as, I mean, his boundaries are set, like, if the man doesn't want to hear about it, that's fine. Cool. I won't need to talk to you about my work. That's what I have girlfriends for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't even, like, it wasn't a thing, because I knew, like, it's a job. It's a job. What we have is a special thing, and it doesn't. It is.
And that's what guys don't understand.
And I'm like, you having sex with somebody else is not, I don't fucking.
It's not the same. It's not like, if me and you were to have sex, it would be more of a, it's almost like guys, when guys try to tell women when they cheat, well, I wasn't cheating with love. I didn't make love to her. I get that. I totally understand what that means now, because I'm not making love to with my clients. That's not what it is. Is it still intimate? Yes. Am I still passionate? Yes. But there's just that something where if you love somebody, they can open up realms of you've never known before.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah. And I think it's...
And I live for that feeling. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a hopeless romantic. And at the same time, I'm from Chicago and I'll stab you. So... I got that dirty, gritty, girl in me.
Sometimes you gotta stab somebody, though.
You sometimes gotta... Boundaries. Yeah. Boundaries exist for a reason. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Some people would come off and be like, this bitch is crazy. God, I just want to fuck her now even more.
I'm like, her with the knife? I'm like, I'm really liking this.
Getting a little dom in there,
Damn. Do you ever experience like burnout with a job at all?
Yes. Totally. All the time. All the time. And that's part of the rebranding, why I had to rebrand. I was very high volume at one point. I would see up to, if it called for it, if that many people came through, 6 people in a day. But I was also lower rated priced. So I make the same amount of money now in a day by seeing less people, which is the whole point of the industry. And I did that by rebranding.
Fuck yeah. What helps with burnout, you think?
Self-care a lot, because a lot of girls in this industry, I'm not going to say that, okay? Me, personally, I suffer with bipolar. Okay. So I have, like, anxiety and I get depression. And I literally just recently cut my hair and I haven't cut it in 3 years. 3 years.
How long was it?
It was really long. It was down to my ass. Oh, shit. It was like down, I cut like this much off.
Oh, fuck.
Probably a good 6 inches off. I suffer with depression. So people don't realize, oh, she's so happy. How could she ever be depressed? But then you realize you don't cut your hair for 3 years. You don't realize that's completely a symptom of depression, and it was a part of burnout. So I had to take like 2 or 3 days off, and I went to the salon, did the whole mud thing, just hang out with my friends, just help myself not burn out anymore.
Does it help being able to do you talk to people about work, or talk about people where you're going? Are you able to vent to people?
I don't really have many people who I can talk to about it. My sister, she's one of them. She's my sister. She's a cam girl.
Oh, nice.
She does videos and stuff like that. She's a housewife. Nice. I talk to her because she kind of knows, because she's on Twitter and stuff. But she doesn't really know. She's not a full service. She doesn't know what it takes, the mental exertion it takes to see people in a day.
I think that a lot of people, when from the outside, you're like, this, it seems like the physical labor of the job would be high.
They think it's so easy, too.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just having sex. That's
the emotional side to it is fucking so
If I don't feel good that day, but somebody already paid me, I have to suck it up and just all of a sudden be Ginger. And my problems that were going on, it could be astronomical problems, don't mean shit for that hour or 2 or 3 or 4 that I'm with somebody. Yeah. So you have to completely put your light, you have to switch it on and off. And it takes a strong person
100%
to be able to do this.
Fuck, it's so much fucking work. It is.
It's a lot of work. Marketing and everything. And I sit on my phone for hours at a time. And I've had boyfriends are always on your goddamn phone.
I know. I'm like, so I like understand. Like, yo, you got to do what the fuck you got to do.
But then I can sit and make like $100 to $200 just sitting on my phone and not doing anything in a day. So that's more than people make going to work.
Yeah.
So yeah. Don't complain when I'm on my phone, guys. You ever date me?
It's really like, I'm like, yo,
I'm fucking working.
I'm like, yo, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yo, do you?
Like, yeah. Like, I'll tag you in Twitter. I'll still protect you. Hey, it's my boo.
Do you, in a session, right, do you feel any pressure at all to live up to clients' expectations?
Only when they're hot.
Only when they're hot.
Only when they're hot. And I never, ever, I don't. Okay, so here's another thing. So when they're hot, I see less hot guys. And it's not that less hot guys want to see me. I have a plethora of men that want to see me. Really hot guys actually come to see me. It's strikingly weird in my opinion. But I choose not to see them because I will trip up over myself. All of a sudden, I'm not Ginger anymore. Oh, okay. I'm that fucking 16-year-old schoolgirl from high school.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'm fangirling out over here. And then I just get so stupid and I'm like airheady that, like I feel way less pressure with people when they're my level. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If I feel like they're the same as me, the same number, grade range.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I'm fucking a 10, I'm like, hey.
If I'm fucking a 10, I'm like freaking the fuck out. Like, I'm only 6.
Come on,
I'm only
Dick.
6. I'm only 6. What's going on?
Come on, Blue Chews. Come on, Blue Chews. Come on, Blue Chews. Make that dick strong, please.
Exactly.
Tongue work. Don't get tired.
The London that could. And he would.
Goddamn right he would. He was fucking how do you feel about review websites?
Oh, that's a hot topic you're hitting on right there. A lot of girls hate them, and they bash TER, and they bash Erotic Monkey, and they bash Etsy or Eki or East. I don't know what the fuck you guys say. The ECCIE. We'll just spell it, okay? I love them.
Yeah.
As somebody who is marginalized, I'm a big girl, so I'm not blonde, petite, big boobs. You know, I'm marginalized still, so. Yeah. I prefer the reviews. I don't like the weird ones that they're all lies. There's so many of them are just super exaggerated. Half the shit, it's like, I don't even do reverse cowgirl, so I know that motherfucker's lying on me. You know, but at the same time, after you amass so many over so many years, it is a good way for gentlemen who travel throughout the country to be like, oh, she's legit. Cool.
Yeah, like
they don't even have to read them. They just see that I've got like 100+ reviews, and they're like, "Oh, I'll go see her."
Yeah,
it's good for traveling girls.
Like legitimizes. You feel like it helps legitimize you.
And I'm wanting to move into where I just put reviews on my personal website.
Oh, okay.
I've seen that, and I thought that was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I've seen that for sure too.
Yeah.
Or like even just like testimonial, like
same thing. Like leave me a review, like just like Yelp.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
No explicit, just Yelp. You know, she was cool. She's legit. She's a stoner.
See, that's a good review right there.
Right? Like, I'd go see somebody if that said that.
Do you feel like your views on sex or sexuality have changed since starting?
Oh, yeah.
How so?
My reviews on men and cheating and sex, there you go, here, have totally changed. It's, all men cheat.
All men cheat?
Or want to.
Okay.
Not saying they will. It's all about if you're gonna react on that impulse or not. But it's just nature to spread your seed. It's in you from instinct, from the dawn of time, for man, for populating.
Monogamy's a wild thing.
It is a wild thing. It's very self-control. You have to have a lot of self-control to be monogamous. It's easier for women. I don't know why. Don't know why it's easier for women to be monogamous than men, in my personal opinion. Okay. I don't know if that's statistically true or not, but in my personal opinion, it's way easier for me to be monogamous than it was for any man that I've ever fucking dated. So, I get that you have to keep your husband or boyfriend satisfied. And I'm not saying force yourself to have sex with them. I'm not saying do something you don't want to do. I'm saying if he's into butt sex and you're not, let him play around down there. You don't have to put it in. Let him get his little kink out for a few seconds. It's not going to hurt. Maybe you have something you like that you don't know about.
Yeah.
Be open. Don't be scared to talk about it. If they're not into that, they're not into it. Cool, move on. And I understand people who have kinks that really do want to focus on that kink, and then they seek out girls like me. And I think it's almost like sex therapy.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a gentleman, we will refrain from names, but I have a gentleman that sees me for things that I have friends that he's dated. They have never once mentioned that is what he was into.
Yeah.
He specifically sees me for a specific thing. And over 7 years it's happened.
Oh,
so shit. It's clearly he sees me. I feel like it's a doctor-patient confidentiality.
Yeah.
So I would never tell that girl that secret because clearly he's coming to me for that thing because other girls he's told it about weren't really into it.
Yeah.
And you want that release somehow. It's not often he sees me. It's like maybe once every couple of years, but it's still.
And you provide this safe space where it's like it's this thing where
and
we're just doing this thing
shut.
together, and it's like,
yeah.
Why can't we just do this thing? You know.
And it's totally like that's why Stormy Daniels kind of pissed me off. The whole thing with her, like a lot of girls. I am not the popular opinion with girls in the industry. I hate Stormy Daniels. Really? I'm sorry, but she did not do her fucking job. Your job is to shut your goddamn mouth. Your job is to be quiet. We are paid to be quiet for them to go home and no strings attached, basically. She opened her mouth and broke the cardinal rule. She yapped her jaw at everybody. Why? Because he was going to be president? That's no reason to do that. You're trash, in my opinion. Like, I look at her and I'm like, you're disgusting. Like, that's just, you broke that one rule and that was that.
Damn.
Confidentiality agreement. You never kiss and tell.
Oh, I guess I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, that's the only thing. I love her for everything else. For empowering women and girls and sex, advocacy and all that. It's just that one cardinal rule. I can't be mad at President Trump for going and hating on sex workers after she went and yabbed her mouth like that. Like, at the same time, if I were him, I'd be a little pissed at sex workers too because of this bitch. Like, that's just kind of how I feel about that. But fuck him for taking on my ad sites too.
Fucking Foster Sesta, he'd be like, "Hey, sorry, I just gotta let it." Okay, let's see.
And that's why those ads got taken down recently. The list crawler and that, and Skip the Games is down right now too.
I saw Skip the Games was down. Yeah,
I posted last night. Can't post this morning.
Damn.
But that's why they're down because they did a bipartisan bill recently and they pushed it to take down more ad sites.
Shit.
And Skip the Games requires photo identification now, so I don't know why that one's down.
Damn. Yeah.
Maybe they just didn't do it quick enough. Yeah. You know, they were too far into the game to do it quick enough.
Do you feel like the perception of yourself has changed since starting?
Yeah.
How so?
Oh yeah. I was very meek and low self-esteem, and I was the fat girl. You know, I was just how I perceived myself, and now I'm the big girl. There's a big difference. There's a difference in words when there's a reason why there is a thesaurus and why different words are for the same meaning for the same thing. Same meaning for the same word, right?
Yeah.
Big is different than fat.
Yeah.
Sounds totally different. You know what I mean? So it's all about wording yourself, and how I see myself has changed. Like, so many people have called me beautiful that I now believe it. Because I grew up in a society that didn't call me beautiful. Red frizzly hair braces. I'm 5'7" with boobs in the 5th grade. You know what I mean? It was awkward.
And the whole, I will say this. South Park really fucked up the game for redheads.
They fucking hate redheads. And I love them for that, though. I absolutely love watching the redhead episodes of South Park.
I feel like they're the only group that you can really shit on.
But there's a lot of ugly redheads, though. There is, and I'm not gonna lie. Like,
I will say, I've always been a fan of redheads. I like redheads, you know?
Redhead guys are ugly. That's what it is. There's a lot of redhead dudes that are ugly.
It's the
girls are always kind of hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the dudes are like, hey,
good thing I wasn't born a man.
You don't have a soul. You're going to hell.
Yeah, see all these freckles? These are all souls I've stolen over the years. Everyone's like, are you a natural redhead? And it's like, my eyebrows are white. I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, my eyelashes are red.
I don't have a soul.
Yeah, I have no souls. And that was the whole thing about the Little Mermaid. They were like yelling about people were bitching about her color and everything. And I was like, well, technically, mermaids don't have souls. Therefore, she's a redhead.
She has to be a redhead.
She's got to be a redhead. So they were right at the Ariel thing, you know, with the red hair. They got that on the money.
That's funny. What would you tell somebody who is like wants to get into escorting, like for the first, like, give any advice for anybody?
If you weren't a hoe in your life already,
yeah,
you ain't gonna be a successful hoe in this career. And I only say that because, like I tell people, before I started this, I had sex with a lot of people. Like, that was just my thing. Yeah. Maybe I had daddy issues. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I do. Who knows? I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But I am a sexual person. I like having sex. I can have sex 2 or 3 times a day. If I'm really in the mood, it could be more.
Yeah.
I could not have sex for a week. You know, it just depends. But I will have sex within that week, though. I'm just... If I really wanted to, though, you know, I wouldn't. But
for the record, sex will be had.
Yes. I recommend that if you aren't a sexual person already with pushing your limits, don't get into this business thinking you're going to do very good right off the bat. You're going to have to find your niche. Yeah. Niche, whatever the hell it's called.
I heard someone once say niche.
Niche, is that what it is?
No, they pronounce it wrong.
See, I thought it was niche.
It's niche.
It's niche.
Niche. Oh,
niche.
Fuck.
Nick.
Oh, wow. It's like, when you say it so much, you're
like,
I forgot.
I'm high, and I was like DJ and like Roseanne DJ.
Niche. Listeners, however the fuck you say that.
I say niche.
Niche. I'm going to go with niche.
Okay, niche is good.
Yeah, that feels good. So.
I like that.
Officially niche.
We're going to title this niche.
Ooh, yes.
What's your niche?
I like the episode titled "A Pop," but I feel like that's a good title.
What'd you say?
I like the episode titled "A Pop."
Yeah.
I like that title. But we'll see. You know, I gotta go back and listen.
No, you don't have to. I'm just being totally stoned and funny.
Oh, this is good. What would you tell somebody who wants to see an escort for the first time, like a client, like?
Read her website. Yeah. Read her Twitter. If she doesn't have a website, look at her Twitter. If you can't find her links, it's on her Twitter somewhere.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have a Twitter, it's on her ad somewhere.
Yeah.
Just be polite and treat us like ladies. Don't treat us like possessions or objects. Yeah. Like, treat us like a lady. Literally. Yeah. Hi, how you doing, miss? Ma'am? Ma'am goes a long way. You call me ma'am? Yes, sir.
You are a person.
You get the sir back.
You are a person.
I am a person. Treat me as one. And a lot of people, after they come and see me, they're very... I really like seeing you. You're very warm and comforting being around. And I don't get that because I'm just me. Like, yeah. I don't have 2 personas. Like, Ginger is the same as me.
Yeah.
You know, I am who I am. She's just my sexual me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
She's my sexual side coming out a little more fierce.
Yeah.
You know, but that she's still in there when I go on my dates. She's still in there when I go to school.
Hell yeah.
She's there.
Fuck yeah. Where do you see yourself in like 5 years? I know you said you're in school right now.
5 years.
5 years, a long time.
I am hoping to be in law school. Like, in law school. I want to be, John Hopkins School of Law, I believe is what I was looking at.
Oh, fuck. Is there anything you want to do with law? Or
I want to be an advocate for sex workers. I've seen too many bitches. I hate to say that. I'm a girl. This is what I do. Too many girls and females get caught up in the system and being poor. And not even being poor. So the old adage is that hookers are poor, right? You just think we're all poor. So they get caught up in the system and they don't have lawyers. And they get railroaded. It happened to me.
Yeah.
I've been arrested. I've been railroaded. I sat for jail for 3 fucking weeks on a traffic warrant. Because I didn't have a lawyer. Yeah. That's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. On a hold, there was no bond, no nothing for a fucking traffic ticket for driving with no license. It was because they picked me up for escorting. That was the whole thing. So had I had a lawyer, I would have walked right out of there. You know, and there's a lot of girls who can't afford lawyers. And I literally want to be the one to like go through the Chicago court listings to see the girls that got picked up for that. And I will go up to them and be like pro bono. 100% just for them. Like, have other things I do that aren't pro bono.
Yeah.
But for them, totally pro bono. Work for Swap, maybe, you know?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Be listed on there.
Hell yeah.
Be kind of cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
How long, how long do you have left in what you're doing now?
Oh, I just restarted again.
Okay.
I did a year and a half in college in 2011 right before I started doing this. And then took 8 years off, kind of just like trying to find myself.
Yeah.
Realized I still want to do the same thing I wanted to do then.
That's awesome knowing that you want to do that.
Yeah, I'd never changed. I've always wanted to be an archaeologist. So that was like, if I never did this in my life, I would have been an archaeologist or like a historian. I want to be on Ancient Aliens and Drunk History. It sounds so stupid, but these are life goals of mine, people. Like, I'm a little bit vain, and I kind of want to see myself on TV next to George, Tsoukalos. Like, it's the aliens.
The fucking aliens.
I want my hair crazy, I want to show them little fragments of pieces of rock I found from alien spaceships. I want to be on Drunk History, talking about, like Roe versus Wade and all this crazy shit.
Drunk History's pretty good.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah.
They don't have enough cool comedian. Like, they have a lot of, like, more comedians. They need to get a little more underground, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring more people up.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Like, I like that they do the stars sometimes. Like, Pedro Brewster, she's hilarious on there.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, more people would be better.
Yeah. You gotta bring the people up.
There's way more history that they can talk about, and they don't. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Are you a comedy fan at all?
Love comedy.
Like,
yeah.
Do you have a favorite, like, stand-up comedian?
Melissa McCarthy is my favorite comedian.
I feel like that's crazy. I feel like I've never heard her stand up.
I've never heard her stand up. I don't think she is stand up.
Does she do stand up? Like,
I don't think she does.
Her physical comedy is so good though. Just like her.
I just want to be in a room with her for like 10 minutes, and I think we would just make each other laugh off the walls and piss our pants. Like, I absolutely adore her. She is one person I completely look up to. And she's from Chicago. Did you know that?
Oh, really?
She's Jenny McCarthy's cousin.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I feel like the last movie I saw her in was her and Sandra Bullock, like The Heat or something, where they're like
so funny, and
cops.
her goddamn brother's like, are you not a knock? And she's like, I'm sorry, what, a knock?
A knock?
A knock. I love that movie. It's so Boston, that movie is.
Yeah, she's pretty funny.
No, the last one I saw her in was Life of the Party. I just watched it last night, actually. And it's funny because it's set in Illinois. It's set in DeKalb.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And she's like this, like, total frumpy house mom who's, like, 42, right?
Yeah.
And her daughter is, like, 18 going to college, and her husband leaves her. So she's like, fuck that shit. I'm going to college, too.
Yeah.
So she goes to college, and, like, they, like, totally turn her, and she's, like, amazing in the Life of the Party, and she hooks up with this, like, 20-year-old hot guy, and it's just great. I love that movie.
I'm about to watch it.
I'm totally like, this is me. Like, she's my spirit comedian.
Damn. You're lucky you're in Chicago, because Chicago has, like, some of the best, like, comedy spots.
I know, and I never get a chance to go to them. I need more people to take me to comedy spots. I should advertise that more.
So you got, like, Comedy Bar, then you got, like, the Laugh
Love
Factory.
to laugh. You got me laughing so hard, my cheeks hurt right now.
Fuck yeah. And Zany's is one of the best clubs in the country.
It is. I saw Pauly Shore there. He's not good.
He's not good?
No. He's a druggie now.
Poor
guy.
I saw him at the Comedy Store, and his whole thing was like...
it was like forced comedy, it felt like.
My life has been a 2-drink minimum. Did he say that?
Yes, he did say that. And it wasn't funny.
It is true though. If you know, it's because his mom owned the Comedy Store, like started the Comedy Store. I'm sure he says that probably.
Yep. he has to let it be known. You know.
I did like Biodome. Apparently is one of the like worst movies in history, but I like it. I like Biodome.
Are you serious? That's like my favorite movie. Okay,
like
so Biodome, In the Army Now, and Son-in-Law, and Encino Man are my favorite Pauly Shore movies. And then Brendan Fraser. Poor Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser. He was great in that movie, though, as Encino Man.
Tarzan happened, and then it was like,
well... he got blacklisted. Conspiracy theory alert, guys. Just let everybody know. Brendan Fraser has been blackballed from Hollywood because some director on the Mummy movies, that's why he's not in the new ones, why Tom Cruise is. Oh, Tom Cruise. He was molested. Like, this guy was messed up and started, like, grabbing on him and touching him, and
he said something about it?
And he was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm not gay. And he's like, you're never going to work in Hollywood again. And guess who's never worked in Hollywood again? He like rents an apartment, and he's like $240,000 in debt. Brendan Fraser.
Damn.
Like, George of the Jungle is in fucking debt.
Man, well...
Makes you wonder. He makes you think things like, man, those Me Too movements, something's seriously going to miss, you know?
God.
The whole Hollywood shit.
I guess it makes me think, because I'm like, I want to make it in comedy and showbiz.
Do you want to be raped?
Am I gonna have to fuck a dude? God, that's terrible.
It's like, will you or will you not suck a dick? This is the question, people. I would. I'm not gonna lie. I'd Marilyn Monroe that shit and suck some dick all the way up to the president.
Everybody plays the game. Would you suck a dick for $1 million? Would you do all this? I'm like,
you could give me $1,000.
Circumstances, hey.
It depends. Am I homeless? Am I on the street? Am I hungry? What are we talking here?
Yeah, I could buy all the lasagna I want with that $1 million.
Yes.
You know how many enchiladas I could buy with $1 million?
Oh my god, enchiladas sound fire.
Yeah, I love Mexican food. That's
my stoner moment now. Yeah, enchiladas.
I
want a michelada and some enchiladas.
A what? A michelada?
A michelada.
A michelada.
You don't know what a michelada is?
No.
Oh my god, what?
No.
It's like this beer and it's gross, but people drink it and they like shrimp. It's kind of like a Bloody Mary, but Mexican style.
Okay.
Instead of vodka, they pour beer in it with clamato.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen this before.
And you just throw big giant prawns in it, and like green onions, and I just kind of like dip my prawns and eat them, and it's a total Mexican thing in Chicago.
Interesting.
Do they have Mexican corn here in Atlanta?
I'm not sure.
Oh, is that a Chicago thing?
They probably have to have it.
So it's like this corn on the cob, all right? And they slather it with mayonnaise and butter, and then they pour like cayenne pepper all over it.
Okay.
Maybe not cayenne, it's like red pepper. But yeah, they pour like hot pepper all over it. Really? And it's delicious. And I've only seen it in Chicago, and I can't find it anywhere else in the country.
What's it called again?
An elote.
Elote?
Yeah. Mexican corn or Mexican corn.
I'm sure there's some.
And they put cojita cheese on it. It's so good.
Damn.
So fire.
I'm gonna when I leave here, I'm gonna Google.
No, I'm gonna Google it too. And be like, where the hell is Mexican corn at in Atlanta?
I'll drive up to 45 minutes.
Oh my god, would you really?
Probably.
That's like Harold and Kumar trying to find a White Castle.
Yeah. When I lived in Raleigh,
James trying to find some Mexican corn.
When I lived in Raleigh, I drive to DC literally to go to a Mexican restaurant.
How far is DC from Raleigh?
4 hours.
Oh, well, really? You would drive 4 hours?
Yeah.
I hope you'd see a girl while you were there. Shit, make her worth your while.
I've never seen anybody in DC.
Have you ever seen anybody at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait, are you like a virgin of this? I'm like, this is so cool.
In DC, I've not seen anybody in DC. I want to.
I know a bunch of girls in DC. Let me know.
Oh, yeah.
We're friends.
Fuck yeah. I appreciate the hookup.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah. I appreciate you being on the podcast.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me. This is actually cool that you do this because not many people get to hear who we are, really. Like,
and
they see us, but they don't see us.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I appreciate you doing this. Like, it just, you're willing to give up, like, safety. Like, you're telling about your fucking self and, like telling your story, and I appreciate that shit. You don't have to fucking do it.
I am me. I feel like, and here's the thing about the safety. A lot of girls are always like, oh my God, aren't you afraid of weirdos or, like, stalkers and shit like that? I'm a really independent, kind of, like, in-your-face kind of chick. Like, I'm meek and I'm quiet, but at the same time, I'm loud and I'm brash. And I can tell people, like, within texting so many times, if you're a weirdo or not, you know, and I've never ever been in an unsafe situation. I've been more unsafe walking down the streets of Chicago and had a gun pointed at me, and in Joliet, Illinois, with a gun pointed at me, you know, where I, you know, work at and stuff, than I ever have in this business.
Yeah.
And that was even before I started doing references. I just started doing that in the past year and a half.
Oh, shit, okay.
So I really just, like, if you texted me, and depending on how you talked to me, was if I saw you or not.
Oh, okay.
It was super fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
I won't even lie. Like, I was like, how did I get through 4 years of life like that?
Yeah, I know people that do that, and it's like, it works for them.
It
like,
did.
They can get the vibe off people. And
I totally vibed off people.
It's like, I don't know who you are, you don't know who I am, we're still doing this thing, but I'm getting the vibe off this phone call we have.
I can't even do the phone call. I never talk over the phone. Okay. Never. Freaks me out.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't want to hear their voice. Because then it's like, what if their voice is creepy? And I'm like, I don't want to see that dude.
Well, hello, Ginger.
Right? Or it's not like Howard the Duck.
My voice is my voice. I really like you a lot. I heard you on the podcast. I've seen a lot. I've actually, like, a lot of people reached out to me that have been on the podcast and be like, yo, I've had multiple people that are, like, listen to the podcast or, like, and then they booked me through the, I'm like, this is amazing. Like, it's crazy. Like, just like
here. Like, for comedian? Like, for comedy stuff?
No. Like guests I've had, like, sex worker guests I've had on.
Oh,
Yeah. They're like it's almost like fans. Like I like.
No, totally. You should have fans.
Yeah.
You should have fans. Like, why not? Like, you're doing a service to us. You're funny.
Well, no, I mean like people hit you up and be like, oh my god, I heard you. I'm a fan now after hearing you on this podcast. So
that's awesome.
I don't know, it's cool.
That's really cool though.
Yeah.
I don't market the hell out of this too, just because I can.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Fuck yeah, Ginger. I appreciate you coming on the podcast. This has been great. We need to get them socials though. Where can the people find you online?
Twitter. Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter at Ginger Wilds. That's Wilds with WILDES.
Okay, Ginger Wilds on Twitter. Fuck yeah.
Snapchat, Ginger Rose 85.
Ginger Rose 85.
OnlyFans Ginger Rose 85.
Ooh boy.
Yeah. Gotta throw in my birth year. I'm 34.
Hell yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that, but okay.
I realize I'm 30, right? And I'm like, nothing matters.
It doesn't bother you when you're 30. It doesn't bother you when you're 31 or 32. You hit 33 and you're like, oh shit.
Because then it's like, I'm mid-30s.
Oh, I'm in my mid-30s now. Then you're 34 and you're starting to get that Harry versus Sally moment. And I never got that until now. And I'm like, but I'm like a fine wine.
Yeah.
I literally have aged so much and better throughout the years that people are still like, I get carded still. So it's kind of great.
Oh yeah.
I love it.
That's awesome.
Gotta have the baby face, you know. We love the baby faces. You got one too.
Listen,
yeah, like a little cheeky cheek, yeah.
This face is cute as hell, goddamn. Follow me on Instagram. You'll see lots more of this face. But Ginger, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. This has been awesome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Listeners, we will see you later. All right, bye. That was my interview with Ginger Rose. Shout out Ginger. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast. That was a good time. Listeners, if you have not yet, make sure you give her a follow. She is on Twitter at Ginger Wilds, OnlyFans at Ginger Rose 85, and Snapchat at Ginger Rose 85. I'll have links to all of those in the Libsyn page from this week, so make sure you go to the Libsyn page, give her a follow. We're also on Twitter. We're also on Instagram at Full Service Pod. My personal Instagram and Twitter at Tank Funkadelic. If you like the podcast, make sure you are subscribed on whatever platform you listen to us on. We're literally everywhere you can find podcasts. We are now on YouTube, so make sure you're subscribed on YouTube as well. If you want to hear anything talked about on the podcast, if you just want to write in, I'll read anything. If you want to be on the guest on the podcast, send us an email, fullservicepod@gmail.com. I recently I got stickers for the podcast. Ooh boy, I got some Sex Workers Work stickers. I got the Penis Vagina North Carolina bumper stickers. I just got some new Penis Vagina North Carolina magnets, and also some more Sex Workers Work magnets. So what I'm going to do, follow us on Instagram. I will post pictures, and they will be available. So if you would like any of those, hey, reach out, and I got you. I'll send you one. But I appreciate you being here. You could spend your time doing a lot of different things, but you chose to spend it with the podcast, so I truly do appreciate it. We'll be back next week. I have a solo episode coming. Then I got some more interviews, and I appreciate you being here. I'll have a link in the Libsyn page from this week. I plugged it with Ginger. We talked about it, but my friends have a podcast. A couple friends in Raleigh. One has moved to New York City. Conspiracy Beer Me. They drink beer and talk conspiracy theories. It's a good time. It's 3 comedians. It's fucking hilarious. But you should check it out. I have a link in the Libsyn page. Hey, oh boy, time to go. Hey, I hope you have a great week. I appreciate you listening to the podcast. I will see you on Tuesday. Later. Full service.